No Man of God is yet another movie about Ted Bundy. But I kind of like the way this one tackles it, because it doesn't go into the crimes too much or anything else other than the actual interviews that Bill Hagmaier, played by Elijah Wood in this movie, conducts. And we have this situation where you have Bundy, who doesn't want to talk to the FBI, who doesn't want to really tell a lot about his story, and he is put together with Bill, and they kind of spark a friendship of sorts.
It is February 13th, 1986. This is Agent Bill Hagmaier. I'm sitting with Theodore.
No, Ted.
I'm sitting with Ted Bundy.
But it does feel a lot like one of those chess games, you know, where both these players know exactly what's going on, and as they move their pieces around the board trying to manipulate each other, they're sometimes giving up information about themselves to try and get ahead of the other person, and it feels like a really tense mind game that's going on here.
He will cat and mouse with you. He will make you think you are getting somewhere.
Press record and let's get this party started.
Lots of subterfuge, lots of subtext within this one. And we're right kind of with our two characters. We have Bill, played by Elijah Wood, and we have Ted, played by Luke Kirby, as they just kind of battle but become friends along the way. It's taken over a span of a couple of years as they slowly open up to that friendship, as they slowly give more and more information, as they play against each other. And I think one of the smartest things about this is the way it's shot, because primarily this is two characters in a grey room talking. Where does the excitement, where does the tense moments come from? And it comes from the flares of the direction, focusing on small elements. The way they frame a lot of the shots, particularly with Ted as he enters into the movie. We don't get to see him straight away. It kind of plays through glimpses and glances before ultimately revealing this character. It focuses a lot on how these people are similar in their way of thinking, similar in their way they create their thought processes, and how they're both kind of profilers of sorts. And you know, it poses the question, could there have been something along the way that sent these men on their paths? If something had been removed or changed within their lifestyle, would their roles be reversed? Could that have happened? Is there a brutality within man that is easily accessed in some people? And I kind of like that aspect of the movie. You know, it doesn't focus on the murders, it doesn't focus on the trauma that Bundy caused, it just focuses on this kind of manipulative, toxic man who almost poisons everything that he comes in contact with. And it's a really nice aspect of the movie, and like I said, it's one that it keeps you engaged all the way through. It is primarily these two actors for the majority of the movie just having verbal sparring matches, watching them kind of to and fro, who's got the upper hand, and you kind of get drawn in to these conversations. And sometimes you think that they're sharing too much, and then sometimes it becomes clear that it's a ploy to get the other person to open up and say a little bit more. It's a kind of rushed finale, as Bundy's finale was rushed anyway, which kind of leads to a lot of kind of going on at the end. But when you boil this movie down, it's about the two characters and how they engage with each other, and I think it's done really well. The performances are solid, they kept me engaged. They're the one thing that I was hanging on, listening to what they were saying next. The script is really quite tight in this one, and engaging. The direction, I think, is really well done. I think for having something that's so contained, it creates a certain mood. It has a good aesthetic, it has an interesting way of creating suspense and tension within this investigatory conversation in this room, without having to be overly flashy or in your face. Just subtle moments that just allow the story to rise to the top of this one. I really quite liked No Man of God. I don't feel that it really gives a lot of perspective on Bundy himself, but it just gives more of an insight into Bill and Ted and their relationship, which is taken from transcripts as well. I'm going to jump into the disc and see what extras this one has to offer. So here we are in the disc of No Man to God, and we're just going to pop into extra features, of which there is 3 this time. They're all talking head interviews. We have one with Elijah Wood, which is 26 minutes, one with Luke Kirby, which is 40 minutes, and one with Alexa Paladin, which is 10 minutes. Now these are shot in a very different way than normal kind of talking heads. They feel a little bit rough and ready, very much like the interview within the movie itself. You get to see the beginnings of the interview, you get to see after the interview's done with them just having a little bit of chit chat or getting the slate kind of set up at the start of the interviews. It's going to be something that either you like or you don't, depending on how you want your interviews really to show. But the information within the interviews is really fun, engaging. There's some nice tales within it about the production with the director, which is one I would actually have liked if we could have got the director's opinion on the movie as well. I think that would have been really interesting. So there we have it. No Man of God is out now. You can buy it on Blu-ray if you want to check it out. I suggest, yeah, it's one that you probably will watch. It's an interesting one, especially if you're somewhat curious on the subject matter. I think you'll find a lot here to really gather from this disc. As always, I've got more videos up here that you can check out. You can join the membership program if you really want to help, or you know what, just a like, subscribe, share this video is going to help me try to get a foothold in YouTube, which is a hard thing to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.